And why affordable housing right out of the gate?
Because it is, I think, one of the biggest issues in California right now. It's a crisis. When you have the rating agencies, Moody's, Standard & Poor's, Fitch, say that our financial situation in California, the next big problem is going to be housing, because employees and employers can't find employees. Employees are not there because they don't have affordable places to live. It's going to affect the California economy, but we feel it at home. So it isn't just about the financial world and the data. We feel it in our own community. People cannot find affordable places to live.
Speaking of affordable, the Affordable Care Act, Republicans say that they will repeal it. If so, what will that mean for covered California?
I think that is one of the big issues people regular citizens were afraid of after the election. I think California really, out of the gate, this was a huge program that we embraced early on. We've covered upwards of 3 million more Californians between Covered California and Medicaid or Medi-Cal expansion. I think you're going to find that we are going to solidly make sure that we have the resources to fund and continue to provide health coverage. You know, it was a campaign, and people made lots of comments about what they were going to do or undo. But if you poll Americans, they like the fact that you can get coverage whether you have a pre-existing condition or not. They like being able to continue to have their kids on their coverage up to age 26. So I think, and they have assurances that they can be covered for the first time ever for millions of Americans. So I think there's a campaign, there's an election, and then there is the reality of the world after. And I think you saw even a number of Republican governors actually say they want to continue this program because of the benefits.
Under President-elect Donald Trump, there are some cabinet nominees who question the science behind climate change. So how can California state lawmakers protect programs for the environment, to protect the environment?
Well, California has been at the progressive forefront of climate change in the country. We were acknowledged by President Obama. We went to Paris last year. We have relationships with other countries. California is basically a nation state. We have relationships with communities and cities and states in Canada and Mexico, in 4 different continents. So I think we continue our work to protect the climate. We have 1,100 miles of coastline. We have to be concerned about sea level rise. So we're going to continue to put into place for California those policies. And I would say this, California being the 5th largest economy in the world, a nation state, the markets are going to respond to California. Venture capital is in California. So we can talk about policy. I believe the science is there. People will dispute the naysayers. But I think when you look at California, we are a big market. And so we're going to continue to be able to do some of those policies and have the support of companies and business across the country and the world.
So affordable housing first. What's next for District 39?
Everything is important. Affordable housing, because I know it's a crisis, and it's always been a passion of mine personally, having grown up in substandard housing. But I think when you look at the issues, it really is everything I've already said: housing, transportation, healthcare, water, climate. And I just think it's an exciting time. Clearly, we've got to see what happens nationally. But I think California is going to continue to do great things and lead by example and by the legislation that we put into place. And I'm looking forward to it. We get started today, actually. I fly up to Sacramento after I leave you. So I'm anxious to get back to work.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.